And we are live. Good
Morning,
morning from
everyone.
my side. Good
Yes,
morning,
so
co-presenters and everybody on here. It's so good to be back here again. And to all our
mhm.
audience, those that are always coming back to watch our replay or those that will be joining live on this session, thank you for always, showing up. And today we are back with a wonderful topic as usual. And we are going to start by introducing herself. I will introduce myself, have Edna introduce himself, and Mr. Mike. And if Coach joined us, he will do the same. My name is Foluke Adebayo, and I'm originally from Nigeria. I'm mom to three, an accountant by education, work as certification officer. And on the side, I run my digital business. And we are always here to create awareness for as many that will listen that to what we say, and for you to know that there is a better life outside living paycheck to paycheck and depending on a single stream of income. And I give it to Edna to introduce herself.
yes, everyone. Good morning. We are here again. Yes, my name is Edna Iyari, streaming from Atlanta, Georgia. And we are here again this morning to talk about this business of ours. I'm originally from Nigeria, located to the United States of America. I'm a mompreneur and I work in the healthcare before I became a digital entrepreneur. And every day I have every reason to thank God that I signed into this business. We are here to encourage you, to make you know that we are real. We are not, we are not scamming you, and it is legit. So with that, I want to give it back to my host. Thank you for having me.
Okay, sis, you're welcome. Mr. Mike, please go ahead.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, fellow presenters. My name is Michael. I'm currently streaming out of Atlanta, Georgia, and I also live in Atlanta, Georgia with my family. I'm a online business owner, a digital business owner, and it's always a privilege every time that I come to go live because I always get inspired and knowing that we're also here to inspire the people that are watching us. Um, the only thing that I would like to stress out or like to point out to the people that are watching us is you are not going to know everything about this business just from this go live, but this go live will certainly be a start for you to understanding what is ahead of you and what you can do to change your life and the life of your family members. So I hope that whatever it is that we're going to be discussing today will inspire you and encourage you to get in contact with any of us if you have any further questions so we can answer. And with that said, I'll hand it back to our wonderful host. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mike, for introducing yourself. And we have an amazing topic this morning, and the topic is being busy versus being productive. There are two different words, and being busy does not necessarily mean that somebody is productive. Many are busy from day to day, week to week, month to month, even for a whole year. And at the end of the day, they cannot even say this is what I've been able to achieve. Many people have New Year resolution at the beginning of the year. You put pen on paper, you write so many things, and through the year you see yourself being busy, and at the end of the day you cannot say, oh, this is what I've been able to improve on, this is what I've been able to achieve. Just doing the same thing over and over again, roller coaster. And being busy doesn't mean that you are being productive. Being busy fills your day, but being busy moves you closer to your goal. And that's what we are going to be talking on this morning. And we are going to be answering some questions. I want to start with Edna. Sis, please, have you had a season, or can you share a moment where you were extremely busy, but when you look back, you realize you weren't actually moving so close to your goal? And what did that teach you as a person? You're still muted.
Yes, thank you so much for that question. Being busy versus being productive. You know, of course, there has been seasons in my life where it seems very busy. They say busy but guilty. What am I trying to say? You are busy doing so many things. You say, how do they put that adage? They say master of none. You know, you're busy with so many things, but
Jack of all trade, master of none.
thank you,
Yeah.
jack of all trade, but master of none.
Mm.
You know, especially in these days that we are in, or as a mom, as a wife who wants the family to be progressful or successful. You know, we tend to be so busy with so many things. We are doing this, we are doing that. And sometimes without goals,
Hmm.
without having a vision, without asking yourself, what do I actually want from this life? And is my daily choices and action helping me create that kind of life? So I will say there was a time when I was constantly busy, working long hours, taking care of family responsibilities, attending to daily demands, and trying to keep up with everything around me. But at the end of each day, especially without goals, without vision, I always feel exhausted, feeling tired. Yet, when I look at my long term goals, I realize I wasn't making significant progress towards the life I wanted. What is the life I wanted? A life of flexibility. You know, a life where I can be able to afford what I want. So I was spending most of my time reacting to urgent situations instead of being intentional, work to work on important goals, goals that align to the type of future I want. So I was just busy surviving, struggling, but not necessarily building. So that season taught me that activity is not the same as achievement. You can be busy doing so many things. So, so many of us, so many people are like that. You see them be busy, but there is nothing to show for it, not being productive. So just because your calendar is full does not mean your goals are moving forward. Productivity is about doing the right thing that move you closer to your desired outcome, not simply doing more things. So I learned to ask myself daily, is what I am doing now or today helping me create the kind of future I want? For example, as a what they call entrepreneur, digital entrepreneur, we are meant to create visibility. You know, creating content or whatever you want to post out there. I make sure I am doing that daily. You know, instead of just sitting doing nothing concerning my business. So that question that I ask myself, what do I need to do daily to push me towards the life, the future I want to create? So I ask myself that question. So that question has helped me change and it has helped me set priorities. I must do the things that will help me create the kind of life, the kind of future I want to see. Not necessarily doing so many things, but being things that will be productive at the long run. So with that, I give it back to you.
Wow, thank you, sis. You've really, really explained it very well. Because doing so many things doesn't really mean that you are achieving a lot. Like you mentioned, priority. It's good to set your priorities right and to like have a daily review of what your actions and activities are. All these that I've spent so much time doing today, where has it, lead me to? If you cannot do that personal evaluation and assessment and be able to see that, oh, through so many hours that I've engaged in this for in a day, I've been able to achieve this, I've been able to achieve this. Then it is high time you have a reassessment and maybe think of something else to do. Like I want to equate it in this abroad now, we get so involved trying to meet up. A lot of people engage in one, two, three jobs. And you see that so many things are beginning to go wrong. Like Edna mentioned, flexibility, like you engaging yourself in something that would give you flexibility and time freedom in the long term. And a lot of people are so engrossed in working one, two, three jobs. And at the end of the day, you see that you spend year after year doing that same thing, and you are still so much far away from your goal and the kind of life that you so desire for yourself. So the bottom line is, if such is happening, it is time for you to sit down. Ask yourself that very honest question. If I continue to do this one thing repeatedly in the next 1 year, will I still be able to make an headway? And with that, you'll be able to reassess yourself and think of a better way to do things. So now I go to Mr. Mike. I'm looking at time. Hopefully, Coach will join us. I'm going to Mr. Mike, sir. Why do you think society often celebrates being busy, even in instances where busyness doesn't produce results? Yet, they kind of celebrate being busy for nothing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that question. Now, we have all said everything concerning what we're talking about in one way or the other. And if I may contribute to it, society celebrates people or business because that's the mentality that we have been raised on. When I say that, I'm referring to the fact that we or society tends to teach our children, the importance of going to school. You come out and then, you get your qualifications and then you go look for a good job and you do a 9 to 5 and you come home. You do that for 40 years or however years that you can. And then you retire and get your pension. You see, that is what they look at. That's, let me say 80% of people, that's what they aspire to do. Now, what a lot of people don't seem to do is to look at people that are successful. People that are successful, they don't live that lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Whereas majority of the people, just like what you said, have 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and they're always busy. And sometimes it feels like when you say to somebody, oh, listen, I'm so busy, it makes you look good. It makes you look as if you are being productive. But really, you're not being productive. You just staying busy at being unproductive. Now, I have an auntie who is a school teacher. First of all, I can't get her during the day because if I want to talk to her on the phone, I can't get her during the day because she's not allowed to use her phone while she's in school. And then she comes back home, she's trying to, do some assessment of her students. By 8 o'clock, 8:30, she's already in bed. And then every time you say to her, but Auntie, I can't get hold of you because, she says, yeah, but I'm a very, very busy person. But at the same time, she's always broke too. So it goes to show you that busyness is not the same thing as being productive. As I said, when you look at successful people, they probably spend 2 to 3 hours, maximum maybe 4 hours in a day, and they're done with their work. Mm-hmm. That is why when you go to golf courses, you see people playing golf in the middle of the day. It doesn't mean that they haven't done their work. They've done their work, but that is a lifestyle that you choose to acquire. So as I said, we got to stop thinking that being busy is being productive. No, if you know something that you can do that will make you the maximum amount of money that you need to make in a very, very short period of time and still be able to enjoy a good quality life, that is what we call being productive, instead of being busy. So I hope that those that are listening will be able to see the difference on what we're trying to say about this thing. That it's not about going to go get 2, 3, 4 jobs, that makes you or that make people feel that you're actually doing something. It's actually the other way around. If you can find something that you can do that will give you the same amount of money that you probably expect in a month, and you could do it in a few days and still make the same amount of money and enjoy a quality life, now that is being productive. So with that said, I hand it back to you.
Wow, thank you so much for answering that question. Yeah, I agree with you because you cite the instance of people going to golf, playing golf and engaging in exercise, things that give them, quality of life. And anybody looking at people like that actually would think maybe they are idle. Don't be surprised that maybe they have a kind of business that they have make the money that is enough to sustain them for the month and even possibly save, which is more reasonable
That
and
money is working out for them.
for them, not
That
them
money is working
working
for
for
them.
money.
Mhm.
That is the right word.
Mm.
Because when you like exchange time for money, you will constantly be busy. You will constantly be busy because you are thinking of that next shift that would earn you a little to like augment your bills and all that. But here we come out all the time to say invest in yourself, have a business. We are not saying you should not work. Okay, yeah, I put something on my status just this week. Somebody came into my DM and was telling me, I'm saying this, that, but I'm still working. To her, I'm presenting a business, and maybe she's having this thought because I'm doing a business, then I should not be working again. I told her I'm still working my full-time job, but not without a plan B. That is the difference between me and you as far as I'm concerned, right? We are not saying you can't work. You can work, but work strategically. Don't like invest all your time in work. You have one, get the second one, and you cannot even be available for your children. And at the end of the day, those work you're doing in multiple of them is just to still sustain your bills. You cannot even be boast of a reasonable savings. So what we are saying here is that work smart and not hard. The fact that you work so much does not mean that you are having so much, because motion does not equate progress. You can be moving, just moving, yet you are not so much progressing. So what we are saying in a nutshell is that being too busy does not equate being productive. Engage yourself, even if it is for you to start something new, build by the side such that gradually you will reduce your hour and the flexibility sets in, and possibly you can, increase your income and have more time for your family. Thank you, sir, for that question. And we'll take one more question so we can wrap up. Mentor Hedna, please, what are some things people may need to stop doing in order to become more productive?
Thank you very much. Sometimes productivity is less about what we need to start doing and more about what we need to stop doing, like you said. People may need to stop overthinking. Many opportunities are lost because people spend too much time overthinking, analyzing, and not acting, not taking action. Progress often comes through action, not by endless planning or thinking. And also people should stop waiting for the perfect time. I don't have all it takes, or I'm not good enough. I have to learn that first. I have to do this first before I start. No, you learn as you go. And people should stop wasting time. Time is very essential. Timing. The Bible says there is time for everything. Why am I saying that? If you are being prompted to do something in the morning, do it. Anytime you are prompted, especially as a digital entrepreneur, Sometimes your spirit will just speak to you. All of us, our minds talk to us.
Yeah, sure.
Say, do this thing. You haven't done this thing. Except you don't have love for what you do. If you have love for what you do, your spirit will keep telling you, have not done this, you have not done. So we should stop wasting time. So constantly checking social media is another thing we have to pay attention to. Why social media can be a business tool. Excessive scrolling, can consume hours that will be used for growth and learning. Multitasking is another thing we have to pay attention to. Trying to do too many things at once often reduce efficiency and quality. So we have to be focused, concentrate, pay attention, and that will produce better results. And also we want to consider procrastination. When you procrastinate on important tasks, like I mentioned earlier. Oh, I am coming. Why not now? Sometimes I tell my children, go and do this, go and they say, Mommy, please, can I do it later? I say, okay, why not now? What if you do it now? I said, you don't know what something might come up later. He said, tick, tick, say the clock, tick, tick. What you got to do quick. So many people stay busy with easy tasks while avoiding the activities that could create real changes in their lives or their businesses. And also want to stop comparing ourselves to others. He said, comparing themselves with themselves, they are not wise. Why? We all are different. We are unique. We are special. I can't be you. You can't be me. There are certain gifts or talent that God gave you, different from what He gave me. So comparison steals focus and energy. You think you are not, the one you have, you haven't harnessed it. You are looking at somebody else's own. So productivity increases when people focus on their own journey and goals rather than measuring themselves against everyone else. Another thing we have to look at is saying yes to everything. Some of us don't know how to say no. Saying no sometimes is not saying. You are just being truthful. Not every opportunity deserves your time. Look at it. Does it align with your goal? Will it create that future you want? So productive people understand the power of setting boundaries and protecting their priorities. So you must set boundary. Know what you want. Plan, have a schedule. Do the thing you need to do as at when due. Discipline is another thing. Discipline is what ties all these points that I've mentioned now. Because what is discipline? Doing what needs to be done as at when due, whether you feel like it or not. Without discipline, you see that we will make goals, schedule, we will plan, but we are not able to achieve it. Boundary is another important point we must pay attention to. So I think with that, I'll give it back to you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Wow. Thank you, sis. You've said a lot of things, If only people can stop a lot of all you've mentioned, they would tend to work in a better way and achieve better results, People, like you mentioned, scrolling on social media, that one is like cancer. That is affecting
Everybody's guilty, even the aged,
so many people,
adults, children.
And it's designed in a way that it never ends. Just be flipping like this.
You take discipline.
2 hours. Meaningful time wasted for nothing.
Yeah.
Right? And you would be like, oh, I've been here doing a lot. At the end of the day, achieving nothing. Right? And then you talk about multitasking. If you can multitask very well, you need to do this. You can do 2, 3, depending on how you can plan yourself such that one will not affect
know
another.
Yourself.
Not the one you will do 3 things at the same time. At the end of the day, it will be as if
nothing
you have not done anything, right? But multitask reasonably, strategically to achieve better results. And another thing, like you mentioned, overthinking. What you're supposed to do now, don't defy it till tomorrow. A lot of somebody was chatting me through my status again, because I have a lot of people on my, they will come there. I have people that have been watching my status for the past 6 months. Anytime they see something that excites them, you see them, they jump into my DM. Somebody was saying this week too that, oh, when am I going to start now? I'm like, the decision is in your hand. When I put on my status, one of our top coaches that just hit milestone. So I think he saw it. He was so like, why overthinking? Because you cannot overthink and have everything figured out. When you start, take the first step, you just build momentum and gather clarity even as you go. So I will just give Mr. Mike opportunity to talk to our people once again, let them know how they can get started if they want to join, and so we can round up the session for today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know that we've had a very productive and meaningful conversation this morning. So to our viewers, you have heard everything that we have said, and we are just trying to expose this opportunity to you, just to create awareness so that you are better informed about how you can better your life. Now, as I said, you will not know everything about this business just from the few moments that we spent with you this morning on this Go Live. But if you would like to, if you have been inspired and you would like to know more about what we're doing, we call upon you to look at our website that is on the screen and click on any of them that resonates with you, and then go to the website. If you go to the website, you will be prompted to pay a payment of $149. Now, this $149 is refundable within 30 days. It just gives you an ability to go and do like a test drive. It's like someone going to a car dealership and you see a car that you like, but you just want to go test drive it first. So when you go and you test drive that vehicle and you like it, then you come back and then you either make a payment or arrange for finances to be able to buy the vehicle. It's the same thing that we do here. You go and you look at that business, all these things that we're talking about, and you will get some more information that will help you to make a better decision. Just like we always say on this Go Live, to get mad meaning make a decision. And once you make a decision, you start seeing this wonderful opportunity being opened up to you, where you will now decide where to start, how to start. And I hope that this will help whoever that is on the sideline thinking what to do. Just like my fellow co-host said, some people that have been watching for 6 months. I wonder, what are you doing for 6 months? Do you know how much time that you've spent just watching? Just go ahead and make a decision and come in and be a part of what we're doing. You never know. It will be your website that somebody will be looking at next and making a decision also to be a part of it. So with that said, we hope to see you at the top where there's a lot of room. And I'll hand it back to you, our wonderful host.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Mike, for inviting our people. I just hope they will take action to better their own life and their own future. So I'll just leave you with this word. Not everything that keeps you busy is helping you grow. Evaluate. Know if it is something you should move forward with or it's something you have to drop. Because if it's not moving you forward or helping you to grow, it is high time you drop it and think of something better that you can do. And we'll be back again on your screen another time with another wonderful topic. And for now, from the studio, we are saying bye and have a wonderful time.
Bye.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Gracias.